Questions for Coach Johnson?
So how was practice? I imagine there was a lot of correction.
Monday. Had a lot of corrections, yeah, but I mean, that's typical Monday.
What did you see when you went back to watch film?
Like I said after the game, we had a lot of missed assignments, and they're good. They didn't need our help, and we ran 56 plays on offense, and I think we busted on 29 of them. Not good.
You talked about Marshall's, some of the misreads and so forth. Do you think
He had some misreads, and we made some very poor line calls with techniques to turn guys loose on him that shouldn't have been being read. They were too close to the ball. And so, to me, in my mind, that's part of the missed assignments. But
he forced him to go lateral? Yeah.
Well, not forced him to, like most of the minus yardage plays. If he missed the read, the guy would hit him as soon as he come off, and it'd be a 2-yard loss. Or if he handed it to the guy and the guy tackled him, then. But from where a lot of those guys were lined up, there was nobody going to read those guys. They're big, they're fast, and they're too close to him. You got to block those guys.
It seemed like in the conditions too, it was a little shy with the pitch a couple times when you had big plays.
I think maybe he got. The speed was probably the fastest that he's seen, and probably in hindsight, I could have helped him more if I'd have taken him out for a series earlier. I probably should have and just let him get settled. But he's been a really good player all year. He's going to be a good player moving forward. And, it happens. We didn't play well, not just him. I didn't do a good job getting him ready. Clearly, if you have that many missed assignments, we're not on the same page. So
I think the answer might be if I knew, I would have fixed it. But like 29 busted assignments, like, can you put your finger on how that? Can you mention like the?
Yeah, I can put my finger on how it happens. It's like that guy's really big and good, and if I don't want to block him, I'll call him this when he's this. Or
avoid the consequences.
If they're moving around and I go the wrong way on the play, or if those kind of things, yeah. Or if we've got a jailbreak screen called and we don't come back in to catch the ball in the middle of the field, or just it's just stuff like that. And like I said, take nothing away from them because they're really good. I mean, we have a tendency to forget. I was looking at some of their numbers, and they held Auburn to 115 yards total offense and 7 points. They held Kent State to 120 yards of total offense and 3 points. They held Wake Forest to under 200 yards till way into the fourth quarter and no points. I mean, you go other than Syracuse, I don't think anybody's reached 17 on them. So they're pretty good. And when we didn't play well and they're pretty good, that's what happens.
I think they're 21-2 at home in ACC play since 12, and one of the losses was to Florida State when they won it all, and the other one was last year. So they don't lose much at home.
You've got to play good. We were talking today. I was telling DeQuan I'd love to play him again, and he would too. But you don't. You flush it. You move on. They won.
You take a lot of what happened Saturday into what other teams are going to scheme for the rest of the year.
They played the same way that other teams do. That's the biggest joke in the world, that they got some scheme that's this answer. They lined up the same way Wake Forest with different cats. They got about 6 guys that are going to be first and second round draft picks trotting around up there close to the ball. And so what happens is they're good, and when you make mistakes, it compounds it.
With Matthew possibly dinged up, do you have a feel on who would be the backup quarterback? Or is it going to be situational? Well, I mean, could it even be situational for you in terms of possibly, if you had to play one of them?
Through practice, I probably know who it is, but just would depend.
Coach, talk about the goals. You have goals at the beginning of the year, and they kind of changed now these last 4
Not really. I mean, one of our goals was to win the Coastal Division and represent that in Charlotte. Uh-oh.
Man, kicking the mic.
You got to get a balanced mic there.
I know it broke on me, so I'll put it right there.
Okay. But one of our goals is to get to Charlotte, and we still got 3 conference games left.
You're still alive mathematically.
You got Virginia left, Virginia Tech, and Duke. Miami still has to play Virginia Tech this week. They have to go to Pitt. They got Virginia. So, I mean, you could easily, if Virginia Tech goes down and beats Miami this week, then now you're right back in the thing because you get to play Virginia Tech. So, in the perfect scenario, it's like I told our team. I mean, we got to take care of our business. We got to play Virginia. You can't worry about that. You worry about beating Virginia. But if Virginia Tech were to win and then Miami loses one of their other games and we could beat Virginia Tech, we'd win a tiebreaker. So there you go. But that's a long way to go. So that goal's still out there. One of the goals is go undefeated at home. That goal's still out there. We want to make a bowl game. That's still out there. So there's a lot of goals that are still out there. Like to win the state championship. That one's still out there. So
yeah, Virginia has two of the better defensive players in the league.
Virginia got after us on defense better a year ago than anybody.
Yeah.
I mean, we hit some big plays, but they really played us well. And you talk about scheme, they line up the same way Clemson does. Okay? Same way. And so did Wake Forest, and so did, I'm trying to think who else we played. Jacksonville State, and so did, there's a lot of teams that line up that way.
It seems like Charlottesville has definitely been an adventure for you guys since you've been here. For whatever reason, that place has kind of had the boogeyman.
There was more of that, I think, before I got here. I mean, I don't know what our record up. I think we've won twice since I've been here, up in Charlottesville. I know we won in 09.
Yeah.
And 13, I think, when Tevin was a quarterback, we won maybe.
Yeah, really weird game up there with the block punts and stuff.
So, but those games have always been close. It's like Dabo was saying before our game. We were standing there talking, and he was talking about the league, and he goes, if you don't play well, and it's like I said, that he said everybody's got just enough that they can give you a game or beat you if you're not, just like when they went to Syracuse and lost.
You were talking before about this, possibly getting to 6-2 and having Miami lose. Is that part of your message at the end of the day about just let's keep moving forward?
I talk about trying to get to win number 5, and we go through. I talk to them about their goals every week, and that's still out there. That's what my job is to explain to them. That's still out there. If we take care of our business, if we don't take care of our business, they ain't no use to worry about what happens to anybody else because it won't matter.
Presley was named to the Ray Guy Award watch list.
Yeah, he deserves it. He's kicked the fool out of the ball. I told somebody today we had almost as many punts in that game as we did my last year at Navy. We had 17 my last year at Navy the whole year.
What worries you about their offense, Virginia?
When their quarterback gets hot, they can be really dynamic. I mean, when he's on target, they've got good receivers. I think they've got pretty good running back. They do a lot of different stuff scheme-wise. And, when he's hot there, they've been tough. He's just kind of not, he's been a little bit up and down.
You kind of get another example of sort of the strangeness of the coaching business these days with what happened at Florida this weekend. The guy who won back-to-back division titles gets fired the next year. That seems kind of, and what, year 3? Like that seems kind of quick trigger.
Well, we were talking about it earlier coming up, and it's like I said, it's certainly the AD and the schools have the prerogative to let somebody go if they think they can do better. And that guy has the prerogative of expecting his money. I mean, that's the way it works. So it's, it's a mutual deal. So if they want to do it and they think they can do better, certainly you have the right to do that.
Curious, it's might be hard to separate just from the results, but like how well do you feel like the team is playing overall, just in terms of being close to its potential?
Which game?
Well, I mean, I guess that's what makes it hard. I mean, obviously Saturday you didn't, but last Saturday you were close against Wake.
We played the second half against Wake really good.
Right.
We didn't play particularly well on Saturday. Defensively we held them out of the end zone in the second half, which was good, and that was a positive. We did some good things, but they kind of self-imploded themselves on offense with penalties and snapping it over their head and this, that, and the other. I think we can play better. Certainly we played better on defense than we did on offense, but we can play better on both sides of the ball.
Anything else for Coach?